Lawyers, what's the most brutal revenge clause you've ever had to write into someone's will? I've been practicing estate law for 12 years, but nothing prepared me for what Cordelia Blackwood requested during our final meeting. She was dying, pancreatic cancer, maybe 6 weeks left. Her son Preston had been circling like a vulture for months, suddenly playing devoted child after 15 years of neglect. He'd even moved his wife Beatrice and twin daughters into her Victorian mansion, claiming they wanted to cherish every moment with Grandma. The truth was uglier. Cordelia discovered Preston was systematically draining her accounts, forged checks worth thousands, unauthorized transfers, even selling her deceased husband's war medals. When confronted with bank statements, he laughed in her face. "You're losing your mind, old woman. Who's going to believe you over me?" That's when she hired me. "I want him to suffer," she said, voice razor sharp despite the morphine. "Not quickly, slowly, like I suffered watching him steal my husband's legacy. I want him to understand exactly what he's lost." The will I drafted was a masterpiece of legal malice. Preston would inherit everything. The $2.4 million estate, historic mansion, art collection, vintage Mercedes, but only if he met specific conditions. First, he had to live in the house for exactly 1 year without leaving for more than 24 hours, missed that deadline by minutes, and everything transferred to the local animal shelter. Second, he could make no major changes. Every room had to remain exactly as Cordelia left it, down to furniture placement and porcelain figurines. Third, he had to personally care for her 17 rescue cats, no hired help. If any cat died from neglect, he'd forfeit everything immediately. The kicker? During her final weeks, Cordelia had hidden containers throughout the house. Documents, jewelry, cash, all sealed in devices designed to leak horrific smells. Rotten fish oil mixed with sulfur, concentrated skunk spray, decomposing meat in the ventilation. By month 6, Preston was living in his car, gagging every time he entered his personal hell. The cats had claimed the mansion, and he was their servant, cleaning 17 litter boxes daily while wearing a gas mask. Beatrice left with the twins after month 3, unable to tolerate the stench. The girls refused to call. Neighbors complained constantly about the smell, threatening lawsuits. But Preston endured every humiliating day, focused obsessively on that $2.4 million prize. On day 365, at exactly 11:59 p.m., he called triumphantly. "I did it," he gasped between retches. "I met every condition." The next morning, I handed him the final document with a straight face. His inheritance was real, every penny accounted for. But there was one last surprise Cordelia had engineered. The IRS had been notified that Preston lived rent-free in a multi-million-dollar property for a year, plus received gifts of cash and valuables. His tax liability was exactly $1.8 million. After paying the government and my fees, Preston netted precisely $47,000. Minimum wage for a year of absolute hell. The animal shelter received a separate anonymous donation of $2 million the day before Cordelia died. She'd liquidated her real assets months earlier. Preston sold the house within a week and moved to a studio apartment, broken and defeated. Last I heard, he was working at a pet store, cleaning up after other people's animals. Cordelia would have found that absolutely perfect.